Once upon a time, everywhere, the magic of fairy tales. These timeless stories have been passed down through generations, captivating hearts and minds. Fairy tales. They're like comfy old slippers, familiar and comforting, always there to welcome us back. Everyone loves a good story. We grew up with them, and they became a part of our childhood memories. We tell them to our kids. They're full of magic, adventure, and sometimes a little bit of mischief. What's not to love? These tales ignite our imagination. Fairy tales transport us to faraway lands where anything is possible and dreams come true. We meet talking animals, wicked witches, and brave heroes. Each character teaches us something valuable. They tickle our funny bone and touch our hearts, making us laugh and sometimes even cry. They remind us that good always triumphs over evil, a lesson that resonates deeply within us. And that's a message we can all get behind, right? It's a universal truth that gives us hope. Plus, let's be honest, who doesn't love a happy ending? It's the perfect conclusion to a magical journey. Fairy tales give us hope. They inspire us to believe in the impossible. They tell us that even when things are tough, everything will work out in the end. Challenges are just part of the adventure. And sometimes we all need a little bit of that, a reminder that we're not alone in our struggles. So the next time you're feeling down, pick up a fairy tale and let the magic whisk you away. Let it remind you of the wonder and joy that still exists in the world. Let's talk about Snow White, the beloved princess who has captured hearts for generations. This classic tale has been around for centuries, passed down from one generation to the next, and it's still as popular as ever, enchanting both young and old alike. Why? Because it's got everything a great fairy tale needs: a beautiful princess, a jealous queen, and a touch of magic. 7 dwarfs who knew there were so many, each with their own unique personality, and of course a poisoned apple that changes everything. Snow White is kind, gentle, and good-natured, always seeing the best in everyone. She befriends everyone, even those grumpy dwarfs, bringing joy and laughter wherever she goes. And who could forget that magic mirror? The one that speaks the truth, no matter how harsh. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? A question that echoes through time. That's a line everyone knows, even if they haven't read the story or seen the movie. Snow White is a timeless tale that continues to enchant us with its magic and charm. It's a story about jealousy, kindness, and the importance of being true to yourself, no matter the odds. Plus, it's got a prince who can wake you up with a kiss, bringing hope and love. Now that's what I call a happy ending. A perfect conclusion to a perfect fairy tale. Fairy tales aren't just for entertainment, they teach us valuable lessons. We learn about the importance of kindness from characters like Cinderella and Snow White. They show us that even when we face challenges, being kind to others is always the right thing to do. Bravery is another important theme. Think of Little Red Riding Hood facing the big bad wolf, or Jack climbing the beanstalk. These stories teach us that it's okay to be afraid, but we should never let fear stop us from doing what's right. And of course, there's always a lesson about stranger danger. Don't talk to strangers, especially if they offer you an apple. You never know what might be in it. Just kidding, sort of. Section 4. Gigglebox and Beyond Fairy Tales for the Modern Age. Fairy tales have been around for centuries, but they're not stuck in the past. We see their influence everywhere, even in modern entertainment. Shows like Gigglebox keep the spirit of fairy tales alive with their funny commentary on everyday life. They take ordinary situations and add a touch of humor and absurdity, just like our favorite fairy tales. They remind us not to take ourselves too seriously and to find joy in the unexpected. It's like having a group of friends over to watch TV and share some laughs. Fairy tales are all about storytelling, and that's something that will never go out of style. Section 5. And they all lived happily ever after, or did they? Fairy tales are like magic spells. They have the power to transport us to worlds where anything is possible, where dreams come true, and where good always triumphs over evil. They captivate us with their wonder and leave us with a sense of hope. Each page turned is a step into a realm of endless possibilities and boundless imagination. They remind us that even in a world that can sometimes feel a little bit scary, there's always room for magic, laughter, and a little bit of happily ever after. These stories teach us that light can always be found even in the darkest of times, or at least a good laugh. The joy and humor in these tales brings smiles to our faces and warmth to our hearts. So the next time you curl up with a good fairy tale, remember that you're not just reading a story. You're embarking on an adventure that has been cherished by countless others before you. You're connecting with a tradition that's been passed down through generations, reminding us of the power of imagination, the importance of kindness, and the timeless appeal of a good story well told. These tales are a bridge to our past and a beacon for our future. And that's something worth believing in, even if you're all grown up. Because deep down, we all need a little bit of magic in our lives.